Art, we're hearing from analysts and strategists that it's not going to be for a long time that we see the benefits from this corporate tax rate cut. Detail exactly how we're going to see benefits next year should it actually pass.
Well, let me just say that I think they're wrong. The benefits won't only be long-term, they'll be very short-term as well. If we get the rate reduction right away on January 1st, 2018, which I am hoping for, that they don't postpone it, we will see less tax evasion, we'll see less tax sheltering, we'll see companies moving back to the U.S., and we'll see a real economic growth, and we will see very, very material benefits right away, including what I believe a lot of this stock market appreciation is due to the prospects of tax rate reductions on corporations. And I think it's really a big plus for the world and the U.S.
Yeah, I mean, you say that, but what's your proof for suggesting that, say, you know, some of the multinationals will move out of Ireland or Scandinavia? They're set up there already. Why should they move back? You know, maybe new investments, yes, but what's your proof that companies will actually move or domicile somewhere else?
Well, let me just say that, you know, the incentives for moving out of the U.S. would be greatly reduced, and that by itself would be a material improvement in the U.S. economy. If, perchance, some of those companies find it more attractive to come back because U.S. tax rates are much lower, which is, they left us because they were so high. If they come back, that'll be a double whammy. It'll be a ice cream on top of the ice cream, and it'll be a great benefit to the U.S. But it's not just that, Vonnie. It's also the tax sheltering. The incentives for tax sheltering will be greatly reduced, and they'll report more of their income, and that will be a big benefit. Tax evasion will be reduced. So will tax sheltering in corporate forms, business forms. There'll be all sorts of benefits that none of these people are talking about, and only experts in the area of corporations really understand how beneficial this will be for the U.S. and companies.
Put some figures on it then. I'm sure you've done this, at least for the administration.
Yes, I have.
Give us some figures on GDP and even just dollar and cents figures.
My sense is that this will increase GDP over the next 10 years, total GDP, not GDP growth, but GDP by about 5%. My numbers tell me that this will net raise about $1.5 trillion in tax revenues above what they otherwise would have been, and it will lead to a very big change in the political environment, which will lead to all sorts of other tax and spending changes that will be very pro-growth, just the way it happened with us in the 1980s under Ronald Reagan. The first bill was in 1981, but then the '86 Act, which came along as a result of the first bill, led to incredible prosperity all the way through Bill Clinton.